Oh, yes.
Where's Rachel? Where is she? Where'd you... Harvey? Where did you put her? Where did Harvey put Rachel? Hello. You're watching Nerdish. I lost my shoe. You gotta put your shoe back on. Very good. What are we doing here? Well, we do SAT, ACT prep for everyone. Yes, and the question is not where is Rachel, but when. 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's when Rachel is. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Watch it. Just see what it's like. It's for free. All week long. You can ask us questions like where's Rachel? And what you do with Rachel? And where is Harvey Dent? They're both studying for the SAT. It's a very important test if you want to go to college or university. Nice. I should have said university first because it rhymes. Oh, that's Catwoman. That's okay. I think we know Catwoman because we're Batmen. Let's do a problem. Yeah. We did exponents last time. What should we do? Let's factor a quadratic. Okay. Man, okay. When it comes to education, I'm an addict. Oh my god, but not that kind of addict. No, just a quadratic addict. I hope this is factorable. Oh, it's gonna be factorable. Add 6. Okay. 6 is for Rachel. Alright. Let's take out a 2. Let's make it equal to 0. That's a good idea. Okay. So let's factor 2. X squared minus 2. How much time do we have before Rachel explodes? Ask Harvey. Harvey. Multiply to positive 3, add to negative 2. I don't think that's possible. Oh, shoot. That's okay. Sometimes you can't factor quadratics. And sometimes you can't save Rachel. I was about to say that. I'm so sorry. No, it's good. It shows that we're tight bonded. Like Tight Bond. Original wood glue. It has a tight bond. Like me and Levi.
Aha! Go talk to him.
I'm talking to him. Hey, it's me. Your friendly neighborhood Brady.
That's not you.
That is me. I am he. He is I. We are us.
We are not us.
This is we.
You just showing a little midriff?
Yeah, a little bit of
Don't show it again.
It's a little midriff.
That's not your skin.
Why not?
What if I wore my glasses like this and then just like made sure to look backward? Yeah. We're gonna be talking about imaginary numbers. Can you imagine if I talked like that?
I can't imagine it.
What would
I
you
can hear it?
What would you do?
I would hit you much more often than I already do.
Oh, but I thought you didn't condone violence.
I don't condone violence.
But you just struck me.
I don't condone violence.
I know, but you're using it.
Okay.
Nobody's watching yet.
Yo, comment on the Discord.
I just did.
Oh.
I just put an announcement in there, Levi.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Ask your questions. We'll give you your answers. It's all free of charge. Because that's what we do here at Nerdish.
We are us.
Farmers. Bum ba dum bum.
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 Nerdish.
We gotta work on that.
Yeah.
Somos nerdish. Bum ba rum bum 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 Spanish.
Oh, that's how they bum. They do bum Spanish.
Yeah.
Very good.
Somos agricultores.
Very nice, Bird.
That's what they're running in
Yeah,
Mexico.
that's what everybody said. Ooh, what's that?
Very exciting. Should I just kind of dive into this now?
We're missing... Yeah, the chat's bad again. Darn it.
Are people saying stuff?
Yo, just say hi to Michael, say hi to Hono.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Hono.
Sorry.
Our chat. What's wrong with our
I
chat?
don't know. Don't ask me.
Well, you're the chat guy.
I'm not the chat guy.
He's the chat guy. Do
Ooh,
do do do
boys
do.
who make you happy.
Chat guy.
Robots in disguise. What is it called? Restream? Is that here somewhere?
I don't know.
Well, that didn't do...
That's it. It's right there. Yeah, open that up.
I did.
Sorry, Hono. Sorry, Michael. We're pulling you up. You gotta log in.
Oh, that's so exciting.
What?
Here, why don't you... Here, talk to Hono while I sign it.
Hey, Hono! Hey! Oh, everyone's saying stuff. Michael Tarab. Hey, hello. I'm going into 9th grade. When should I be prepping? Michael Tarab, that is a good question. When should you be prepping? Well,
you're going into 9th grade, meaning you're in 8th grade now?
yeah, I think it might be a little early. You don't need to be prepping yet. However, the skills that we talk about will help you in school in general, especially grammar and math. They'll definitely help you in like your writing, your essays, and your math class. But you haven't really taken... What math class are you in right now, Michael Tara? Okay, and then we're going to get back to you in a second. And then Hono. You're 90% positive you got all the math right and English went 10 times better than usual. Hono, that is fantastic.
That's so cool.
That is so massive. It's
Wow.
so large.
It's really big. We never expected it to be so big.
Yes. Oh, man. I cannot
so
wait
cool.
to see how you did, Hono.
Yes.
You got to tell us. Doesn't have to be on the chat.
Can you tell us
privately.
now?
Just privately, you should tell us what you got.
Tell us now.
Because
Tell
we're
us now.
very excited.
What your score was.
I just picture Hono being in, like, Hawaii.
Why? Because
Like,
Honolulu?
Honolulu. Yeah,
Right,
I think that's
yeah.
what it is.
Maybe it is.
Hono. Hono. Mueru. Something like that.
Yeah, that's what I also do.
Not even close, LOL. Sorry.
No, Hono's in now.
That's way too small. Make it bigger.
Oh, no.
Sorry, we're dealing with our chat right now, and our chat guy is just kind of flailing around. I don't really know. I just finished up on a slow project as the year is almost over. Next year's geometry. Okay, so Michael Tarab, it sounds like you probably just finished Algebra 1 and you're going into geometry. You still have to take Algebra 2 to have all the math under your belt that you need for the SAT. So I would say that, like, watching us, you could watch us at any age. So if you like watching us, you should keep watching us. You're definitely going to learn stuff. But I think caught me off guard. I was at my class. I had to do a randomized section 5. I don't know what that was. Oh no! Don't worry about that. That won't have any part of your score. What that is a way for them to gauge how hard the questions are for a future SAT. They're kind of using you guys as lab rats or small hamsters.
Yeah, no effect on your score.
No effect on your score, exactly. Anyway, so Michael. No one starts as early as you. It's good to be thinking about it, though. That's more than most people are thinking about it. Most people take this test sometime in their junior year. So, like, most people that are on top of things start thinking about prepping near the end of their sophomore year. Maybe they they do a lot of prep over the summer so that at the beginning of junior year they're ready, and they might need to do some additional prep, take it a couple times over junior year. But you are very, very, very early on in the game here, and I would recommend that you go outside, find the nearest vacant lot, and just play stickball with the other kids on your block. I don't think you need to worry about the SAT and ACT quite yet. Yeah. Just, it's easy. You grab a stick, you find a ball, stickball. Okay? Exactly.
No, you can't. I can't think of better.
Because it's 1935. That's what year it is. So we can't afford bats because we're right in the middle of the Depression. But we can afford sticks because there are sticks everywhere, and you can find something that works as a ball. Maybe like an apple or like an orange.
Yeah.
Or like a grapefruit. They always compare things to the size of grapefruits. Like hailstones, the size of grapefruits. Is there nothing else that's more common that's that size?
Like a baby's head.
Yeah, an infant head. Hailstones as large as infant heads.
And as soft.
And as soft as infant heads. I wish. They got that soft spot on their head.
Yeah.
You know that?
Grapefruits?
No, babies.
Oh.
Because they have these skull plates that haven't totally merged yet. So there's this soft spot on their head, and you can push on it, and then
the baby dies.
you push hard enough, I suppose. That happens to normal people too.
Right.
You push hard enough on the top of their head, eventually they'll die.
That's what happened to Circumference.
Circumference is still alive. He's just trying to kill the king.
Right.
But he's trying to marry the princess first.
Princess Diameter.
Princess
Oh
Diameter.
no, are you done with the SAT? Supposedly?
Are you done, Hono?
Or are you finished?
Or are you almost done?
Or are you just about completed?
What SAT was this for you, Hono? Was this your first official, your second official, your third official?
Your official first.
You're officially fourth in the Nashwood. This was the first one. Oh, very good.
Ah, that's nice.
That's very nice. It's very nice.
We're
yes.
so happy about that.
Yeah, we are. I don't know why we're happy about that. Hono. If you're serious about getting a great score, you're probably going to take it again. But the fact that it went so well is very, very good. It's a very good sign. Now, we only say that because we're used to tutoring kids, and kids get scores, and they're like, yeah, it was good, but I can do better. I'm going to do it again. And then they end up doing it again. What would you say, like, for kids that really care about their scores? Like, is it like, what, 3 or 4 officials is the average?
Yes.
Most of the kids I've tutored ended up doing 3 or 4.
Well, I normally tutor the test, and they do normally a couple 100,000 kids.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
The test. And do you tutor each test?
I do.
Like the April test and the June test? Each one
Yeah.
separately?
Yeah.
That's good.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably going to take it again, but depends on my score. Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. Hey, I forgot. My ankle hurts. I'm going to go put on a thing that I got for my ankle.
Right. Hey, can you give me my markers?
Yes.
They're in my cupboard. I'm going to start in on whatever I was going to talk about.
You little fancy markers because you were righty.
Hey, Hono, are you going to take a break before you start prepping again? Or you want to, see, you're here, so maybe you want to dive in? Or were you just talking about, how you did and you're going to peace out for a couple of weeks? What's your plan? Also, Michael Tarab, if you want to hang out, do some math, do you have any questions about whatever you're working on? Whatever math will be for you. All that stuff, we can help. We can always help. Perhaps. What was I going to do? What is the name of this stream? Commas. Title commas. Okay. I can talk about that, actually. Yeah, I will be spectating. Ah, okay. Very nice. Hono, I'll listen, but I need to be studying for all my AP tests. Oh, yes. Remember, take that stress there and put it into alta ipsum. Remember that? It's always good. Okay. Let's talk about title commas. Or the lack thereof. Yeah. What do we got? I'm gonna go get food. BRB. All right, you RB. No, you be right. Yeah. Sure, cool. Yeah, enjoy the food. Okay, title commas. These are going to be on the SAT and ACT. Generally, one question per test has these. You have, these are, or it's a lack of them. So you'll get something like, prisoner, I need this.
Hey, man, who let the dogs out?
Who? Whom?
No.
Who let the dogs out? I didn't. Do we have dogs?
No, man, I'm just singing the song by the Bahamen. A doggy.
You know what's very sad? My mom is possibly getting rid of Kitty.
Why?
She can't take care of her.
Why?
She hurt her knee, and so she can't really walk her, and the backyard is getting seeded so Kitty can't go outside, and so it's just, she might...
Just get rid of her?
Like, not kill her, but, put her up for adoption.
But that's Liesla.
I know. Very sad. So, catching you up to speed, Michael Tarab is getting some food, BRB.
Oh.
And Hono is just spectating, but Hono is mainly studying for her her AP tests.
Oh.
And there's no way you could have figured that out on your own.
You're right.
Yeah.
Now wait, Hono is a girl.
Yeah.
Should I have known that a long time ago?
Yeah, she told us a while back.
Sorry, Hono. I just imagine you as a boy in Hawaii. And I now know that both of those things are false. But that doesn't change the way I feel about you, nor will it change the way that I act towards you. You'll always be Hono Maru from Honolulu.
Oh no. You'll always be Hono.
Yes.
Okay.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, let's do that. That's not a bad idea.
If you want.
Bird,
What?
stay.
No, I've got games on my phone I gotta play.
I'm going to-
Elmo, it's cool. Elmo.
Oh gosh.
Elmo. You know what Hono did a lot growing up? Just climb palm trees. Because Hono's got a lot of palm trees in his backyard in Hawaii.
Oh gosh.
No, it's a.
The.
Sorry, Hono.
Bird, come here.
Absolutely not.
Come on.
You're doing great, dude.
I don't feel great. The guard tickled prisoner of Azkaban. How do you spell this?
Do you want me to copy this and send it to Kolobach?
Yes, if you can.
Kolobach. Kolobach.
Okay. The guard. Wait, no, this should be Dementor, right? That would make a lot more sense. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this. No. Yeah, fine, whatever. Let's say, The Dementor tickled prisoner of Azkaban Sirius Black on his belly. Okay? Because he was in his animagus form and he was a dog. And dogs like having their bellies tickled. Okay. Do we want commas here? Namely, do we want commas, or more specifically, do we want commas here? Or do we want a comma here? We don't want them anywhere in this case. We put commas around non-essentials, right? These commas would clearly not be listing commas. I'll just write up these ones up here. So 1 is listing. It's clearly not listing. 2 is comma fanboys. It's clearly not comma fanboys. 3, DC comma IC. Clearly not DC comma IC. So it's got to be non-essential. Is that what we have here? Are any of these non-essential? Do you want commas at all? Remember that we see things like, I'll put one down here that's a little bit more common. Let's do Sirius Black, a prisoner of Azkaban, escaped. Okay, so we put the commas here because around a prisoner of Azkaban, because that's the non-essential, which should make sense, and we're very used to that. So it's a description of Sirius Black. Here's our non-essential. It describes that subject. In this case, that's the noun it describes. In this case, it is the subject of the sentence. If we take that non-essential out, we have Sirius Black escaped. That is our subject and verb. That's an independent clause. We're happy. Now, the idea that people have is when we describe a person as prisoner of Azkaban or something else like that, we would want to make this or Sirius Black a non-essential. But careful, just because this is a normal setup doesn't mean that it's going to work. There is a very important word that this has that this one doesn't have that screws it all up. If we were to take out prisoner of Azkaban as a non-essential, we would get the Dementor tickled Sirius Black on his belly. But that it doesn't quite work here.
Read it again.
That actually sounded pretty good. Maybe this is a terrible example.
That sounds fine.
Yeah. This would not be an option. This wouldn't make sense, really. This would be wrong because it's this non-essential would be describing that you want this to just read. It's more that if we wouldn't want, dang it, stupid. We wouldn't want this. The Dementor tickled prisoner of Azkaban Sirius Black. This wouldn't work because if we take out Sirius Black, then we have the Dementor tickled prisoner of Azkaban on his belly. That doesn't work. You could say the Dementor tickled Sirius Black, a prisoner of Azkaban, on his belly, like we have down here. But the word is a prisoner of Azkaban. We need this. That's the important thing that we don't have here. So this is a title. You don't want any commas here. If you were going to make this the non-essential, it should come after Sirius Black. The Dementor tickled Sirius Black, a prisoner of Azkaban, on his belly. Here, this just has to go. Prisoner of Azkaban, Sirius Black. It's a title, okay? That's the important thing. With titles of people generally, you don't want to have commas offsetting to make a non-essential. That's not what I wanted. So, other examples of this are President Donald Trump giggles, okay? This is fine. We don't want a comma. Now, if we said Donald Trump, comma, the president, comma, giggles, that's fine. We take out the president, we get Donald Trump giggles. Great. Here, we can't put a comma there. It doesn't really work. You want President Donald Trump. You want painter Michelangelo giggles or whatever. Or you have sculptor Levi sculpts things. Yeah, whatever it is. You want these straight through. You do not put commas here. They are not useful, okay? No commas around titles, okay? That's why this word is a good indicator. Sirius Black, a prisoner of Azkaban. A prisoner of Azkaban is not a title. That is a descriptor. A title is when it's just prisoner of Azkaban, Sirius Black. Okay? Another one could be student Michael Tarab made the team or something. So he tried out and he made the team. Great, lovely. You wouldn't say student, you wouldn't want to put commas there because then Michael Tarab is a non-essential, so you take it out, you would say student made the team. That doesn't make sense, right? You can't make the name non-essential because then we don't have a subject that works. You don't want student made the team. You want a student, Michael Tarab, made the team, or the student, comma, Michael Tarab made the team. That's, or comma, comma. Yeah? But if we don't have this article here, a, an, the, these, the, these, whatever, you can't, if you don't have those, you probably don't want the commas. Be aware of these titles, okay? That's all there was to that one. Bird, you want to do imaginary number stuff?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to need you for this, though.
Okay.
Ready?
No.
I'm thinking of a number. What is it?
The square root of -1?
No.
Oh. I?
No. Not you.
Me?
No.
I don't know, Bird.
It's imaginary.
That's what I said. I said square root of -1.
No, it's like, I'm thinking of like a new kind of number, but it's just, I don't think you've ever heard of it, so I don't think you're going to get it.
I just...
It's called squeeb. I don't think most people would think that it's a real number.
Dude, you should start an internet search engine.
Called squeeb?
Called Squeeb.
What about ask squeeb?
Ask Squeeb.
Ask squeeb. It's hard to say. Ask squeeb.
Ask Squeeb.
That they're going to start saying just ask squeeb. But that's not it.
No, it's Ask Squeeb.
It's ask squeeb.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now I'll talk about imaginary numbers that are actually real imaginary numbers. Like you. Sorry, I mean I. Brady.
Soy.
Soy.
Like soy.
Soy sauce. You got to keep erasing, man. I can't deal with this. I just can't deal.
You... What?
I can't deal with this, man.
I just got this in announcements from 5 minutes ago.
I mean, I did that right before we went on.
I doubt it.
I did.
No.
There we go.
You're my favorite business partner.
I'm your only business partner.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. I'm going to be hiring Honomeru at some point.
Yeah, but they're going to have to work remotely from Hawaii.
Yeah.
You want to add something like that to our team?
Yeah.
I mean, you and we're not in Hawaii, right?
Well, depends.
On what?
Our location.
Is New York Hawaii?
Why not?
Why would it be?
It is imaginary, right?
So I learned this thing today, and I
Yeah.
taught it in this class that I teach about how you can prove that the square root of 2 is an irrational number. Actually, can I just talk about like all the different kinds of numbers?
Yeah, just number classification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Right?
I think everybody will have a very good time.
Thank you.
Yo, can I have your phone?
No.
I'm gonna go play games on it.
No, you can't even get into it.
Yeah, I can.
No.
Hey Siri.
It's not going to open it.
Wait.
Please don't do that. You're going to...
Hey Siri.
Call
Mom.
No, don't call Mom. Don't call Mom. No. Why do you do this to me?
That was awesome.
Get out of here.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay.
That was expressly what you meant to do.
Okay.
Expressly.
Okay.
All right. So, we're talking numbers. Ooh. All the different kinds. Yes, Honomeru says pranked. I know, I got pranked. All right, so we got some numbers we can talk about. The first split is between imaginary and real. Imaginary and real. Imaginary is the domain of square roots of negatives. Square root of -1, we're going to call that I. Okay? And imaginary is this domain. Doesn't get much bigger than that, actually. All right? Then we have real numbers. And real numbers are huge. A lot of different kinds of real numbers. Okay? My head right now is a real number. In this little part here, where you have a combination of a real and imaginary number, we have complex numbers. I should have made this larger. I will do that now. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, okay? Yeah. Complex numbers are a combination of real and imaginary. Whoa! There we go. So we
Do
have
they all fit in there?
complex numbers.
Yeah.
Do all the complex numbers fit in here?
Yeah.
Nice. They're in the form a plus bi. That's complex numbers right there. Okay, the real numbers. The real numbers. The first split that we have in the real numbers is rational and irrational. All right, so we're going to give ourselves two big ovals. Rational numbers are numbers that can be expressed as a fraction, a over b, where a and b are both integers, which are whole numbers, and b is not 0. If b was 0, this fraction would be undefined and be useless, okay? And then irrational numbers, I suppose, yeah, you know what? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Here's what we're going to do. You'd think I would have prepared more, but it's more off the cuff. We like it that way. Because Levi and I don't like planning things.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're just going to say that in general, this blob is rational numbers unless it's located in here. Here's what we're going to do. Irrational numbers. Oh, there's an A in there. Irrational numbers cannot be expressed as fractions. All right, these are things like pi, the square root of 2, e, the square root of 3. These are numbers that go on forever and have no repetition. All right, 1/3, 0.333 repeating goes on forever, but it repeats the same number over and over. So it actually is a rational number. But if your number goes on forever and doesn't have any repeats, like pi or root 2 or root 3 or e, then you've got an irrational number. So, rational numbers. Rational numbers can be expressed as a over b, where a and b are both integers. All right, good. So that's rational and irrational. Suppose that you can have an irrational part of like pi plus bi, so that could be a complex number. I guess I didn't really structure this correctly. Ugh, this is a disaster. Doesn't matter. All right, we're going to keep going. Inside rational numbers, you've got some options. So you've got You got positives and negatives. Okay, so positive. You've got negative. And you know what? Oh, geez, irrational numbers could also be positive or negative. Levi, this is just not the right picture. I'm going to explain, but I just did not set this up correctly.
Oh.
Because irrational numbers can also be positive or negative.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
The problem is that...
You don't really need to worry about positive or negative numbers.
Okay, fine.
Just break it into... So you have rational?
Integers and integers and natural numbers.
Yeah, integers, natural, whole. Yeah.
Okay.
No, integers, whole, natural.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So then we get down to integers. Integers are whole numbers. Whenever you see that word, just think to yourself, oh, that's a whole number. It can be positive, it can be negative, but it cannot be a fraction that is between whole values, and it cannot be a decimal. All right, so -3 and 7 and 9, these are all integers, okay? Then you get to the natural numbers. The natural numbers.
First.
Huh?
Whole numbers first.
That's integers.
Whole number is 0 up. Natural is 1 up.
So integers, so 0 is not an integer? Say it again?
No. So integers are everything on the number line.
Yes.
Whole is 0 and up on the number line.
Why aren't negative numbers whole numbers?
They're not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I thought they just weren't natural numbers.
No.
Can you look that up?
Yes.
We don't think of negative numbers as whole numbers?
No.
I'm gonna need to see that to believe it. I want an explanation. I'm pissed. I'm royally pissed. What are you finding?
Whole numbers aren't even on this Wikipedia page.
So you're telling me that integers and whole numbers are not exactly the same thing? This is a learning moment for me, guys. All right, here he comes. He must have evidence here.
Integers, all this. Whole numbers are 0 and the natural numbers.
The numbers are 0 and the natural numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, Levi.
Yep. It's okay.
Fine. All right. So integers are all of the whole numbers that are negative, 0, and positive. Those are integers. Then we get to whole numbers. Whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're just not negative. And then below that, we have the natural numbers, which exclude 0. They're integers, they're whole numbers, but they just don't have 0. So it's like, how many trees are there in this glen? 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 trees.
A forest glen.
A nice foresty glen. Fantastic, okay? Now we're going to dive into something that's pretty wild, okay? The square root of 2, the proof that it is, in fact, irrational, okay? Bear with me here. So, some questions on this, otherwise we're going to delete this. Delete. No questions asked.
Deleted.
Not yet, my lord. Okay. Quick grammar question. If I wanted to say the sentence, while smaller local farms are able to financially support themselves nearby, the mass production happening in other countries are losing profit. Do I need a comma between smaller and local? While smaller and local farms. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you can put the word and between them and it makes sense. Smaller and local farms.
It depends on what you're trying to say.
Oh,
if you are comparing local farms to other local farms, then you're saying smaller local farms. So local farms is a unit, and you're comparing local farms to other local farms, so you say smaller local farms, no comma. If you are saying there are big international farms or something, or countial farms, not international farms.
Interstate?
Yeah, like there are really big farms, and then there are smaller local farms. Then you would put a comma. Does that distinction make sense?
Yeah, he's right. I don't like it, though. He's right.
Does it make you happy? Oh no.
It's like saying it's like saying big brown bears, because brown bear is the unit. Brown bear, those go together.
Beats.
It's not like the bears just happen to be brown.
Bears.
Brown bears.
Battlestar Galactica.
Jeez, I knew where that was going.
Did you? I don't think you did. You had no idea.
No, that's The Office.
I'm struggling with this synthesis essay.
Have you tried decomposing it?
Yeah.
If you decompose it, it'll be put back together. What are you synthesizing anyway?
Probably farms.
Yeah, probably. All right, here's the proof. It's going to be really exciting. So, part 1. We're going to assume that root 2 is rational. We're going to see eventually that this is a faulty assumption, and by contradiction, it's not true. So, we assume that root 2 is rational. That means that the square root of 2 can be written as a over b, all right? Where a and b are both integers, and this is a simplified fraction, okay? This is no, 18 over 20, so it's 9 over 10. We're skipping straight to the 9 over 10 thing. I did, it's just annoying. My teacher 100% contradicted himself. All year he doesn't want a list, but now he wants to write a good list, so I'm just lost now.
A list of what?
Yeah, like a grocery list. Probably a grocery list. Make sure to put eggs on there.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to forget
them
your
last
eggs.
because you don't want them at the bottom of the cart.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, eggs and bread got to be on top. Okay, so a over b is simplified. Awesome. We're assuming that it's true, but then we're going to see that it's not. All right, here we go. Part 2. We're going to square everything. We're going to get 2 is equal to a squared over b squared. And then we're going to multiply the b squared over to the other side. So we have 2b squared is equal to a squared. Okay? Fantastic. An essay that follows a boring standard format. That sounds pretty boring and standard. You should make your essay exciting and non-standard. I mean, not really. You should do what your teacher's assigning you to do, and then just slowly let your inner individuality die. And then you can make a nice factory worker someday. Well, not factory worker, but just like an office drone. Right? Nah, don't do that. No, learn how to express yourself within the confines of the trail. All right? Don't blaze your own path. Blaze your own path within the confines of the pre-existing trail. Okay? So do what he wants, but, give it a nice little hook. Keeps him on his toes. I think he'll like that. Okay, so if 2b squared is equal to a squared, that tells us something about a squared. Okay? This tells us that a squared is even. All right? Any even number can be expressed as 2 times something. Okay? So if something is 2 times something, then the thing has to be even because 2 is one of its factors. Okay? What we're saying here is that a squared is created by taking 2 and multiplying it by whatever b squared is. It doesn't matter what b squared is. It could be even or odd. If you multiply a number by 2, you're guaranteed to get an even number. So a squared is even. Okay? Now because of that, that means that a is even. Turns out any square number that's even, the square root will be even as well. If these are perfect squares we're talking about. All right, so like if a squared is 36, then a is 6. If a squared is odd, like 49, then a is 7. All right, so if your a squared is odd, your a is odd. If your a squared is even, your a is even. Okay, so a squared is even, so therefore a is even. And if a number is even, we can rewrite it in terms of the formula for an even number, which I will use right now. We're going to rewrite a as 2n. Any even number, so here we go. So even numbers, all even numbers can be expressed as 2n, and all odd numbers can be expressed as 2n plus 1. All right? As long as n is an integer. You can't have n being like 0.73, because then you're not going to get a whole number. Okay? So n has to be an integer. So there's that. there is that. Okay? All right, we're going to rewrite a as 2n because that is the formula for an even number, and apparently a is an even number. So, we had before 2b squared is equal to a squared. And now we're going to rewrite that as 2b squared is equal to, a is now going to be written as 2n squared. So if we simplify this, we have 2b squared is equal to 4n squared. All right, if we solve this for b squared, we divide everything by 2, we get b squared is equal to 2n squared. Okay? Now, b squared is now equal to 2 times a number, which means that b squared is even. B squared is even, which means that b must also be even. All right? Now, wait a second. A is even, b is even. Let's go back up to our assumption here. A over b, where a and b is simplified. If a and b are both even numbers, so maybe we got something like 18 over 26, then you can simplify them by dividing both by 2. Even numbers can be divided by 2. All right? This would be 9 over 13. We assumed that a over b was in its most simplified form, and now we just proved that they're both even, so therefore a over b was not in its simplified form. But we assumed that it was. We created the problem such that a over b was simplified. So we've just contradicted ourselves because a over b is no longer simplified. We can keep this going. So we're going to say that b is now equal to 2j because it's an even number. So we're going to rewrite this. So what we have here is that square root of 2 is equal to 2n over 2, hold on. A over b is equal to 2n over 2j.
No, my lord.
Let's say rewrite. Okay? 2n over 2j is not simplified. But we said that a over b was simplified. So therefore we were wrong, or at least both things cannot be true. Okay? So this is going off the deep end here into this doesn't make sense land, which means that our original assumption must be wrong. Okay? So I'll use this. A and B have a factor of 2. So A over B is not simplified. That is a contradiction. We cannot somehow untangle that contradiction. So our original assumption must be wrong. Square root of 2 is not rational. There is no way to write square root of 2 in a fraction form. Pretty crazy. It's not made of any other numbers divided by each other, multiplied by each other. There's just no pattern in the square root of 2. There's no overall structure to it. It's just insanity. Okay? Just crazy. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. I didn't know this till 2 days ago. So I'm deciding to give it to you and let you kind of chew on it a little bit. Okay, talked about types of numbers. We dove into a little bit of proofs of rational and irrational numbers. Levi, should I do some imaginary stuff? Or do you want to come back up here?
Up to you.
Real big audience tonight.
Yeah.
Big time.
Okay, Bird.
Yeah?
Why don't we do a fun test or something?
That'd be kind of fun.
Did you try sending that message?
I did. It did the same thing to you.
Did the same thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, since...
What do we do?
I don't know. Well, I can give you some... I'm thinking about something else right now.
What are you thinking about?
Contacting Colo. Colo, we can do that.
How are we going to do that? We got to talk about business right now.
I do have an idea, and I kind of want to do it now.
Do it now.
Okay. You're not going to be mad?
Well, it depends what the idea is.
Very good. There's a server suggestions channel, and Colo's on right now, so I can add him there. Do it now.
Do it now.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I'm going to erase this first.
Okay.
Carry the block. Carry the block. Gotta let this dry. Watching Nerdish is like watching paint dry. For the brief period that our marker is drying. It's not paint drying the whole time.
Did someone say that?
No, I said it.
Okay.
I'm tired. Ah! Why am I so tired?
You're not.
Oh, you're right. I should drink like a Gatorade or something. That'd be chill. If I drank a Gatorade, would you want to be friends with me more than you already were if I drank a Gatorade? I suppose that answer does not dignify a response. That question, rather. Because it's kind of a stupid question. There are no stupid questions, only stupid people.
Is that a thing from somewhere?
I don't think so. No, that's not good.
That's delightful. That's what it is.
Yeah, there are no small actors. No. Yeah, there are no small characters, only small actors. That's what they say. Never count your lines unless you have 5 of them, and then it's very difficult to not count them because you know that there are 5 of them deep down. I once had a part where I had like 5 lines. It's a terrible, terrible experience. Not the 5 lines part, just the overall play. I wasn't really part of it. I just kind of sat backstage the whole time and just watched movies. Anyway. How's it going, Leave?
I'm just figuring out wording.
That's good.
It's so good.
Good.
What's good with you?
I don't know. I'm just like, I'm on stream.
Here, Bird, let me give you a problem. You're going to have to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
What do you think?
I like that.
Okay.
I'm hungry for your problems.
Strange.
I don't know. Question, is this a run-on? This is applied in the UK's example again, where because they relied on less environmentally friendly methods for food, they cannot rely on their main export of green beans anymore. This led to the job loss of 1.5 million sub-Saharan farmers. Now, first off, is that...
It should be LED for
LED is
for
past tense.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I would not use dashes to separate independent clauses. So the dash before this led to, I would just put a period there. This is applied in the UK's example again. I would put a colon after that. You're saying this is applied in this example again. Colon. Here we go.
And then I would say take out the where. Put a colon in there. Take out the where. Just start with because they relied on less environmentally friendly. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have independent clause colon DC comma IC period IC.
Do you see?
Bum 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 ba-da-da. Don't. I will do this even if you won't.
I need to drink something.
No,
Hold on.
Bird.
No, my water bottle's right here.
Blood?
No, not blood.
Thank you, Hono, for asking. Also, ask us questions. Nobody's asking questions. We've done what we're going to teach. We have nobody online because we're doing something special. It's not that special. So, yeah, keep asking us questions. We're not going to write your essay for you, obviously, but if you have ideal examples of separating independent clauses and things like that will help on the SAT and the ACT and in life, right, Bird?
I just drank so much water.
I doubt it. Prove it.
I don't know how.
This is like the inverted witch drowning problem.
I'm drowning water in me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very good, Bird. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
What about the problem you're going to give me?
Oh! Yes, my lord!
Yes.
What number is this, my lord? It's 3. So, quotes... The thing with quotes is if you say, she said, then you use a comma and do the quote. But if you're just throwing it in the middle of a sentence, like this led to the job loss of 1.5 million sub-Saharan, that you're quoting something else. You don't necessarily need the comma. That's if you're setting it up with said or was the following, then you maybe use a colon. But if it's just mid-sentence and it's just part of your sentence and you're just quoting a phrase from something, then you're not really setting it up. You're just running through. Don't use a comma, if that makes sense. Make sense?
He didn't give you a problem. He just said 3.
Right.
All right. I'll come up with something.
No. I got it.
Are you sure?
Is it possible to make a run-on with a quote then? Yeah, it's treat it like... Oh, I see what you're saying.
I've only heard of one man making a run-on with a quote. And it's curious to me because the feather of that man's wand made only one other feather. And that feather belonged to the one who gave you that scar.
Scar, brother.
No, Harry Potter. Not mine,
I don't like this one at all. Ooh, okay.
That's a little David star. $2x. Do the power roll.
Yo, Trapesy, what's up? Oh my gosh. Okay, you got this.
Trapesy, you got other calculus questions? Throw them at me, man. No one else is asking questions except for Hono. Because I made this sentence that seems wrong. With this, there would be an increased food surplus in these international farm corporations, which would generally lead to the same economic forces that helped food production become centralized and regionalized, did the same thing to our population. Wait, you don't have an ending... Oh, it's the whole thing. Which would generally lead to the same economic forces that helped food production become centralized and regionalized, did the same thing to our population. In the United States, 80% of us live in large, densely populated urban areas. There's something confusing then. Trapsy, it's been a while for me for Taylor series, so I could find it. Nah. Well, you know, I think I can figure it out. Okay. So, okay, first off, Hono, with this, there would be, I'm not sure, what does this refer to? I'm guessing it's the thing in the sentence before, but I don't know what that is. So if you put the sentence before, this might make a little more sense to me. With this, there would be an increased food surplus in these international farm corporations, which would generally lead to the same economic forces that helped food production become centralized and regionalized did the same. Well, that's the problem, is that you have a sentence inside the quotes, so you're not introducing it correctly. It depends on what's inside the quotes, you know? Like, you have to have your sentence mesh well with the quotations, and yours right now is not. So you can't just put whatever you want in front of a sentence with quotations. There's a specific way you need to introduce certain sentences. So inside the quotations, you have the same economic forces that helped food production become centralized and regionalized did the same thing to our population. That is a sentence right there. So you can't just throw a sentence at the end of which would generally lead to, and then a sentence. That's like, which would generally lead to, what college you got-o? Leva and I met at Stanford. That's where we went. It's under, you got a little description of us underneath. Let me think if I remember how Taylor series worked. You just kind of keep taking derivatives, I think. Nah, it's been a while since I did Taylor series. Okay, all right. Who's that? We got a couple of people here asking calculus questions. All right, so we have x to the fourth minus 3x squared plus 4x, the interval from 0 to 8. Hey, thanks for following. All right, so the antiderivative. Well, the antiderivative, you're asking for an integral, right? The antiderivative is when we change this into its upper level form, and then we take the integral of the antiderivative. So this is going to turn into 1/5 x to the 5th minus x cubed plus 2x squared. And we're taking that from 0 to 8. Let me just make sure I have that right. That would become x to the 4th minus 3x squared plus 4x. Okay, which is going to just turn into, because the 0 is just going to be a bunch of zeros, we have 1/5 a to the 5th minus 8 cubed plus 2 times 8 squared. Okay, you will have to excuse me because I don't know 8 to the 5th off the top of the nog. Let me see. Oh, I got a lot of phone calls here. That's fun. What is 8 to the 5th? 8 to the 5th. Does that answer your question? Yeah, Kuze, are you working on calculus homework right now? Because we should probably, I mean, what about the things I just did? What was Stanford like? It was fun. I liked it. Beautiful weather. Buildings were really, really cool. You're just asking. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely miss it. I mean, it's been several years now since I was there, so I don't feel the need to. When I graduate, I'm like, I don't want to leave. But a couple years after that, I'm like, I'm fine now. That's okay. And I think that's like a typical college response. What was your SAT score? What was your SAT score? Trapsy, I didn't take the SAT. I took the ACT because I still am from the Midwest. And we didn't take the SAT there. Now, Illinois takes the SAT. So, it's a good time. Okay. I got 14 at the SAT and I have a 32 ACT right now, but I could still take MROL. Yes, you can. Yeah, Trapsy. Are you finishing out your junior year right now, I'm assuming? That would make sense to me. You've taken both tests. You are still able to apply. So you must be a junior, because a sophomore wouldn't have taken both tests. Yeah, on the gang. Hey, Ring Matthews. There he is. We were asking about you earlier. It's good to see that you're okay. Yeah. So Trapsy, you got some pretty good scores there. Trying to get them up still. Always a good call. But like you're pretty high there on your. Thank you for the follow, Trapsy. You're pretty high up there in the percentile scores. So like, what do you need to work on to improve your score more? Levi, are you listening to me? I think Levi's watching right now. English. All right, we got Kuze and we got Trapsy. Those are two different people. Okay, we're talking about the grammar section, the writing section. Okay, Kuze says the reading part. Okay, and then Trapsy both says the reading part. Okay, you guys are reading, huh? Okay. I would say, so Trapsy has taken both. Kuzi, have you taken both, the ACT and the SAT? I find that the ACT is an easier test for a couple of reasons. The SAT, you've taken the ACT. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, Kuze, you've taken the SAT, I'm guessing, because there just was an SAT. I think the ACT is an easier test. I think the reading, you've taken both. Okay, cool. The reading section on the SAT has some really hard questions. On the ACT, they're a little more straightforward. They can be tricky, but like the SAT is like some really hard questions. So it is more difficult to get a perfect score on the SAT than it is to get on the ACT. Less people get one on the SAT percentile-wise than on the ACT. So if you're getting like scores that are similar, that are, you know, like if you look at the percentile scores of your ACT and your SAT score, and they're around the same, my vote would be go for the ACT, because prepping for that, I think you can improve more on the ACT than you can on the SAT. You can improve on both, obviously, and when you improve on one, you will improve on the other because you're reviewing concepts that are tested on both. But I'm kind of partial towards the ACT, and there are some things you want to do. How did you get to Stanford? I don't know. I did all the things that I could do, and I applied, and I got in. So I don't know specifically what it was or what it wasn't. I mean, I can tell you my extracurriculars and things like that. I was very busy. I basically took all of the most difficult classes I could, and I was lucky because my high school had like almost every AP you could. So I made sure to take like the only AP that I chose not to take was my senior year. My junior year I didn't take AP Spanish because I felt like I had too much on my plate already, and I just Didn't need to take another AP, so I didn't do that. But yeah, every class I could take, the hardest version of, I did. I did a lot. So I had my big thing in high school was theater. I was in like every play and musical I could do. I think schools want to see kind of two parts of you, and they often call this like the T student. And what they mean by this is they want you to show depth and breadth. They want to see that you have well-roundedness to you, and that is this portion right here. So you've got this breadth here, but there's also something that you're very passionate about, which is the depth right here. So for me, that was the thing that theater was that thing. And I wrote. Did I write about that? I wrote a little bit about that. Yeah. But I did a bunch of other things. I was in National Honor Society. I was part of it was called the Freshman Mentor Program, like paired upperclassmen mentors with freshmen. There was a fundraiser every year called Project Dance that I worked as part of. I was part of a group that made videos for morning announcements, part of like a math and science engineering competition thing near the end of the year. I definitely got burnt out near the end of it. I did more than I had to. I think I probably could have done less. And I didn't get enough sleep. That was another part, is I just did not sleep as much as I should have. And there were weeks where I just felt like a zombie. So that's definitely not a good thing. But I made sure to like look at my essays. Are sports a good thing even if you're not good enough to play in college? Yeah, sports are a good thing. It shows you're well-rounded. You've got that part to you. Obviously, being a recruit to a school is going to help a lot. As long as you actually play that sport and aren't just,
taking photos of yourself on the boat.
Taking photos of yourself rowing and all that stuff. Don't do that.
J-Champ, what's up?
But yeah. I mean, I did some intramurals. I wasn't very good, but I did them because they were fun and they were a good form of recreation. Yeah.
Right.
How can you control burnouts? Because I'm pretty much the same. I sleep 4 to 5 hours and take all the hard courses. Oh no. Okay, so I've thought a lot about this.
Aloe vera mainly.
Yeah, just rub it all. Yeah, or Vicks Vapor Rub. Okay, so. Okay, this is very difficult. You're burning out because you do not have enough free downtime. Trapsy. I don't know about that. It's not.
No, that is not how to prevent burnout.
Yeah,
Adderall does not prevent burnout.
It does not. There are things that medication does and does not do, and it does not prevent burnout. Anyway, Hono, you've got to have some downtime to just do Hono stuff, or just to do
hiking.
nothing.
There's so much good hiking in Honolulu.
No, I mean Trapsy. Adderall is a prescribed medication, and it's not for burnout.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for burnout.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for burnout. So okay, Hono, you need to somehow. What?
Just picturing someone with like terrible burns all over their body, like taking Adderall. It's not that funny.
Y equals that. We have a question. The equation. Well, we'll go back to burnout in a sec. The equation above gives the height of an object above the ground. And okay, how many seconds after its launch does the object reach the ground? Okay, great. So. Thank you for asking this.
Hey, Ring Matthew, if you wanna, you can put this question in our Discord, or you can put it in the SAT or ACT Discord and just at me or Bird, we're nerdish_Levi or Brady, and then we can bring it up on the page and it'll look like we just have the Discord there, so it'll kind of come up like that and Brady won't be visible anymore.
No.
So something like that. Just so you know.
Ring Matthews. Oh, you already got this. Yeah, okay, so because y is your height and t is the time, they're asking about when it's going to hit the ground. They're giving you the fact that the height is on the ground, which means 0. So your y value is 0. You want to solve this for your y value being 0 for t, because they're asking you when would this happen. All right, seems like you figured this out. You broke it up into factors. Okay, so we can divide everything by 16 apparently. That's awesome. So we're going to get negative t squared plus is 4. Oh, this should be a t.
Why don't you take out negative 16 instead?
Yeah, I was going to do that. I was going to take a negative afterward. Minus 4t. And then, okay, 16. Does that go into 5 times?
5,
okay, so that'd be minus 5. Okay, so you took out a 16. Yep, that's fine. All right, so then we got t minus 5, t plus 1. Good, so your t values are 5 and negative 1. Those are your solutions. However, one of those doesn't make sense, okay? So 5 That's a positive amount of time. That makes sense. All right, -1 would be backwards in time. There's a reason why that makes sense, but it's not your answer, okay? You threw this thing starting at a height of 80. It's almost like, I did not say that. It's almost like it launched off a cliff, okay? So we weren't even on the ground when we started, but this still codes for a parabola. So this parabola mathematically does go backwards and hits the x-axis at -1, which is why we get that answer. But that's not the question that they're asking. They're asking about in the future, when does it hit? It hits at 5 seconds. Back to burnout. Okay, who asked about burnout? Hono, you need to not do things that you don't have to do. Okay, if there's way too much on your plate, you need to be able to say no to things. You've got to be able to figure out some things that you don't absolutely need to do, and it's going to disappoint some people, but that's life. Okay, they'll be fine. Disappoint people, you just have to get used to that.
The more you disappoint people, the happier you are.
Yeah, that's true to some extent. Yeah, the more Levi said, the more you disappoint people, the happier you are. And there are definitely times where that is true, and it doesn't make you a bad person. You gotta make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So yeah, get out of things. There's just not time. I know, and you're not Hermione Granger with a time turner, and you can't do it all. All right, well, here's what's gonna happen. If you try to do it all, the burnout will make you not like anything. The burnout will make you just feel resentful of everyone that's kind of owning your time, and you'll feel tired and you'll be cranky. And so eventually you stop liking the things you're doing, in which case there's no real point. All right? Here, let me draw you. There's like a graph here. All right?
For Hono?
No, yeah. Okay, so you got happy on this axis, and you got stuff you're doing. All right? If you're not doing a lot of stuff, you're not going to be that happy because you're just sitting around, okay? So as you do more stuff, you're going to get happier because this is fun activities and stuff. But eventually, you're going to hit your peak here, all right? This is your peak. This is the happiest you're going to be. If you keep adding on more stuff, you're eventually going to start getting cranky and burnt out, and your happiness is going to go down, all right? You want to try to hit the sweet spot. That's where you're going to be the happiest. Oh, we have another question. Good. So Hono, you've got to be economical here. You've got to figure out, I can't do all of it, but I can do some of it. What are the things, if I have a list of all the things that I could do, what are on the top of that list? Are there ways that I can do some of them partially so I have more time to do the other things? You need time to sleep. If you don't sleep at night, then burnout happens so much faster. If you can sleep at night and really get a good night's rest every night, the burnout is not going to be that bad, or it's not even going to happen. You need sleep, and you also need unstructured time. You think you can just fill up your schedule completely, and as long as you are able to get everywhere on time, you're going to be fine. But that's actually not true, because you need unscheduled time to stay sane. You really need that. I didn't really realize that till midway through college.
That's how Brady went insane.
Exactly, yeah. And that's truer than you know, Levi. Yeah.
Jay Champ, thanks for the follow.
If you're always...
We saw you following us, okay?
Yeah. If you're always thinking about what you're about to be doing or the things that you have to do that are due soon, just a lot of do stuff, then you're never truly relaxed. So you've got to somehow find time or things that, like, as you do them, it relaxes you. You don't worry about constantly, the future. But also you could use Alta Ipsum. This is a great way to be able to do it all and have the time.
Alta Ipsum is Greek for summit yourself.
Summit yourself.
In Latin.
In Latin. Summit yourself means get to the top of yourself. You're a tiny climber on yourself. I think I might drop 2 college courses for study hall for senior year. Oh no, that is very wise. That is very wise. You will thank yourself for it. Okay? Your developmenting, that's not a word.
No, it is.
Your brain development is not really done, really ever, but they used to think it was around like 21 that like, all right, your brain's done now. Now they're saying it's like late 20s, early 30s. Your prefrontal cortex is developing, and that's what makes you a responsible adult rather than being a kid who just does dumb stuff. Which kids just do dumb stuff. That's fine. That's part of it. They don't understand the long-term planning thing yet because their brain is just not wired to do that. So anyway, being able to take care of your brain while you're growing up is super important. Study hall is great. You get stuff done. You have less work to do because you're in less classes. It's a win-win. All right, Hono? So I would be totally for that if I were you. If I were you.
So this is the height of something. It's 9.8, right? Negative 9.8 for meters.
T squared.
T squared. plus... Have you looked at this problem yet?
Okay.
You shoot at 20 meters.
So, okay, let's see. It's aimed horizontally. Interesting, directly at the center, 20 meters away. The arrow. This is a physics problem. The
Yeah.
arrow hits 0.05 meters below the center of the target, neglecting arrows as well as the initial speed of the arrow. Okay. Well, the problem is it's not just.
There are a couple things. We know that.
Okay. We're going to assume that. Okay, it's released at the same height. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's released at the same height the target is at.
Yes, we're assuming it drops 0.05 meters over that 20 meter distance that it's gone.
Okay. So its initial speed. This is just height. So your height would only be affected by your downward acceleration. There's no up or down initial speed because it's going to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And the original height.
So we're not using this at all.
No, we are using this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We are using that. What are we going to call the original height? We want to just call it like...
Let's make it 0.
Let's make it 0. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
the
at a height of
original height is
0,
0.
and then it ends up at negative 0.05.
Yes.
When it hits the target.
Yep.
Awesome. So here's your height right here.
So we have plus here, and then plus the height would be 0, right? So you have plus 0 because that's where the height normally is. You think you know us?
No. They think they know Hono.
Maybe DM that to each other. We don't need to have you guys telling each other where everybody lives if you do that accidentally.
This equation only gives up and down distance, though. It doesn't give left
right.
and
It doesn't have anything to do with
But here's what we can do.
velocity. But we can figure. Can we not figure out how long it's been in the air?
That's what we can do.
Yeah. So that's what
we
we
can
can
do.
No, I'm just putting the 0 there because
Okay.
it's
height.
demonstrating that you're not changing.
Sure. All right, so the height is going to eventually become negative 0.05. It's going to
Yes.
fall by 0.05 meters. Our initial velocity up and down is 0. Because the initial velocity that they're asking about is left and right velocity. This is just a height equation. In physics, if you have motion that has both a horizontal and a vertical component, you have to use two separate equations to solve. You can model on a computer with both at the same time, but in order to figure this out, we have to use two different equations. So yeah, Levi's writing initial vertical velocity, but because the arrow was launched horizontally, it had no initial vertical velocity. That's just 0. And we're also saying that its height when it was launched was 0, and it falls 0.05 meters over the course of its flight. So we have an equation here, which is negative 9.8 t squared is equal to negative 0.05. I cannot imagine that without giving you these equations, they'd want you to do this unless, are you in physics? Are you asking us physics questions? Because this is stuff that they want you to know if you're taking a physics class. But the physics of the SAT and the ACT, they don't get into this stuff that much. Yeah, physics. Okay.
Yeah, you would not need to know this. But yeah, the initial velocity would be 0 because this is vertical stuff. So this goes away.
Yeah.
So you just get
This
that
is equal to
equation.
that.
Yeah.
All right. What you're going to do there is you're going to be able to solve for t. Levi, do we want to just do this?
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Negative 9.8 t
also,
squared.
please ask us other questions that are SAT or ACT related. We will do those. We just don't have another question at the moment, so we're doing this. So we have negative 9.8 t squared equals negative 0.05.
All
So
right.
we're going to solve for t, and we're going to get the square root of,
Here we
and it'll
go.
be the positive square root of
0.0714.
0.05 over
9.8.
9.8. What is it? Sorry.
It's 0.07.
0.07.
We'll say 0.071
1 second.
seconds. Okay.
So that's how
Now-
long this thing's in the air.
Yep.
You want to go to blue? Or
I don't
Orange?
have a blue.
here.
I got an orange.
Take mine.
Thank you. Oh, this is such a nice one. Now that we know how long it's been in the air, we think about the horizontal distance it had to cover. It was in the air for 0.071 seconds, and it covered 20 meters of horizontal distance. So at this point, we just turn this into velocity as distance over time. The velocity is going to be 20 meters. Levi, this marker is so nice.
Yeah.
Divided by 0.071 seconds. And whatever that is your initial horizontal velocity. And overall initial velocity, because there's no vertical component to this. 20 divided by 0.071. And that's 281.7. Well, the closest to what we got is 200. but it's closer to 300 than 200, so those choices don't look great.
0.07 seconds distance over time, 0.071.
Negative 0.05. Let's make sure that we got all this right. 0.05 divided by 9.8. Wait a second.
Did you not take the square root?
No. It's half AT squared. So, okay, yes. This should be negative 4.9.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, negative 4.9. 9.8, negative 9.8 is accelerated. That's g. But when you do these kinds of formulas, it's 1/2 AT squared plus v initial t plus the original height.
Blast.
So this should be 1/2 times g, which is negative 4.9. All right. It happens.
I'm sorry, Bird. I messed
No,
up.
no, dude. I wasn't even thinking. That's the problem that we. Okay, so let's fix this. So 0.05 divided by 4.9 is 0.01. This should be. Okay. 0.05 divided by 4.9. And then we take the square root of that, which is 0.101. All right, this is shaping up. All right, we go back to this. 0.101. So 20 divided by 0.101. Where is it? Right there. 197. So it's 200. 197.989. Which is pretty much 198.
Yeah.
All right, Travis, that makes sense?
Ask us SAT and ACT stuff, so I don't make a fool of myself by not remembering the 1/2 AT. And then we'll answer those.
Trapsy and Ring Matthews.
So much.
We also tutor physics, not on Twitch, but just privately. So if you're looking for physics tutoring, let us know.
Yeah, normally we only do SAT and ACT on here for the free stuff because more people use it.
We never really finished up on Alta Ipsum. Alta Ipsum is an app. It's an application on your phone and on your computer that lets you track your grades, set goals, set up a homework schedule and study schedule, and it reminds you when to do stuff. So
yes, and after 6 months of it, it will kill your greatest enemy.
Yes, it will. If you can use it for 6 months, you can manage to do that. Your greatest enemy, by the way, is stress.
Yes.
It kills your stress.
Oh, you made that metaphorical. I wanted that to just be cool.
Literal?
And just
It'll actually murder someone.
Killing your darkest foe.
Yeah, that's something. And it's also free for the first month. That's exciting, right? It's kind of fun.
It was free last month.
Do you stream every day? Trapsy, we stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 8 to 9:30 p.m. EST.
So on those days, yes, we do stream every day.
But on those not days, we do not stream every day.
Yes. That was a contrapositive right there. You kind of threw in the mix.
No,
Yes,
it's
it was.
not.
Yes, it was?
I didn't
sorry.
change the order.
It wasn't.
I didn't change it, yeah.
All right. Dang it.
What should I name my cat? Oh, this is easy. Chairman Meow.
No.
No. Listen to me.
What
Chairman Meow.
I think they got
and you
it.
also refer to it as the chairman. Like, ooh, look, the chairman's pretty hungry today, isn't he? You got a question on the Discord? Pull it up.
Oh, ow. Yes. Pulling it up on the Discord. Also, you guys can post this in our Discord, or you can @ me or Brady in, or Nerdish in general, but probably me or Brady in one of the SAT or ACT Discords, and then we'll just do it from there. Doesn't really matter because we just have an overlay. Oh, Hono. Hey, Hono, can you rotate the image so that it's the right way, because we can't rotate it quickly enough.
Trapsy, because it was the leader of the Republic of China for a long time, Chairman Mao.
Well, your cat was?
Yes, my cat was.
What about my cat's old name? Or my old cat's name?
Nipples?
Yeah.
Chairman Nipples?
This is what my cat's name was. So feel free to let her name live on.
Which is one of the best cat's names in the world.
Oh, truly, yes. That's what I'm going to name my second born.
Nipples.
Nipples.
I retook the photo.
Thanks, Hono. Yeah, I got it. Great.
Thank you, Hono.
Thanks, Hono.
Thank you.
Hono, you're our favorite Honolulu native. Yes, you are.
Okay, the sign one, huh?
Okay.
We don't need the other parts of it, Levi. You gotta erase them.
Which one?
Part 2. First off, we gotta see the whole question. So go to the left.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's just
good.
25?
Yeah.
Do we need Hono's work?
No, but hold on. We need the question.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Did Hono draw that graph, or is it just there was an? Oh, we can draw it. That's fine. Do you have a shoe collection?
Do we?
Well, we have shoes. I have some shoes.
Yes, we don't have an impressive shoe collection. We also don't share shoes. Although Grady once did take 2 of my yodels while wearing my shoes.
Okay, they don't even know what yodels are.
Yodels. It's the hostess treat.
Yeah, Levi apparently thinks that I put on his shoes and then ate his hostess treat because he found that he was missing one of his hostess treats and that his shoes had been moved.
No, someone had not untied the laces. I always untie the laces.
Right. Okay, so because of that, it must have meant that I put his shoes on and then ate his yodels.
Yep.
The volume of air in a person's lungs,
As the person breathes in and out.
thank you for the interrupting element there, can be modeled by a sine graph.
A scientist is studying the differences in this volume for people at rest compared to people told to take a deep breath.
When examining the graphs,
Should the scientist focus on the amplitude
period,
or midline?
explain
Your
choice.
period.
Oh, this is fun.
I have no idea what that said. I was not paying
Because we
attention
were
to
just
what we
reading.
read at all.
We're just reading.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ooh,
someone.
Ooh, I'm gonna draw this.
All right. Someone breathing in and out. It's behind. You're behind the picture.
Drawing it.
Someone breathing in and out constantly is increasing the amount of air in their lungs and then decreasing it. Okay. What are you? Oh, lungs. Okay, you're drawing lungs. Can I draw the graph?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you
Oh,
were
there's
drawing
a graph too?
Yeah. Okay.
I only got 2 words into this.
Now here's the fun thing. So sine goes up and down, and usually it goes from +1 to -1. All right, and then you can adjust everything from there. The amount of air in your lungs is not ever going to be negative. It's going to be positive. It's just going to go down to 0. Like we can assume that the air in your lungs just goes down to 0. So you want to shift everything up a little bit. So your
What if
sine,
you're breathing and you're going air in your lungs?
you're still putting air in
right?
your lungs. The fact that you're inhaling and
Oh,
talking is
no.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great point, Bird.
I know. So what you're talking about here is, something that looks like this. All right. Anyway, so that's like a fun little sine graph. Okay. The difference in this volume for people at rest compared to people told to take a deep breath. When examining this graph, should the scientist focus on the amplitude, period, midline? Okay. So people at rest, as in just like what they normally are doing, versus someone told to take a deep breath. If you take a deep breath, one deep breath, I think the scientist wants to see how much more air will be in your lungs after that breath than after a standard breath. And if that is the question, then the period is not going to matter. The period is how long it takes to do a complete cycle, okay? The scientist, I'm pretty sure, is just studying the differences in volume, which means the differences in the y-axis. The thing that makes differences in the y-axis on a sine graph is the amplitude. All right, the amplitude is how high up versus how high down you go on a sine graph. All right, I know I said they weren't going to be negative, but in this case, if we increase the amplitude, they would become negative. Yeah, the amplitude is going to change. There's going to be more air in your lungs if you take a deep breath. So the period's not going to matter because you're not going to be taking multiple breaths. The scientist just wants to see one deep breath. The midline also doesn't matter because the midline just represents where are you oscillating around? Where's the middle of your air capacity? And in this case, if we want to see how much more air you're going to have, your midline's still not going to change. It's going to be your amplitude that makes the most sense here. The difference in the volume is going to be this distance right here. Because we're going from the peak of normal inhalation to the peak of deep breath inhalation. Levi is so silly. Levi is very silly. That's a skeleton with just lungs. Actually, I had a great-grandfather who was a skeleton with just lungs.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he spooky?
Yeah, I think he did a lot of like jingling and jangling.
Was he your flirtatious grandpa?
Yes.
Like always flirted with the waitress and stuff?
Great-grandfather. I never knew
Great-grandfather.
him, but I was
You
told
never had a
stories.
grandfather. You skipped.
Did I?
Yeah.
From great-grandfather just to like father?
Yeah. Someone dropped the ball.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
it was
what
my
that means.
great-grandfather.
Yeah.
He dropped the ball. That's what he did. Okay, who wrote that? Oh, Hono. How does that make sense? Do you know what all those things are? Amplitude, period, and midline. Do you know how to change them? You know the overall way to do transformations on a sine graph? There's an equation here. You got to know what all these things do. Not at all. Ha 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 ha. That's why. All right. Let's talk about Levi. What time is it?
Who?
I said, what time is it?
9:23.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, J Champ put a question.
Oh yeah. All right, hold on. That's something we got to talk about. But we got another question. I don't know how to do it.
No, you have no idea. No,
Yeah.
you do. You can
Answer
do it.
mine now. J Champ, how about a please?
Don't say please. J Champ, we don't like please.
Answer mine now.
What am I doing? Oh yeah, I should just do this and get rid of this and then go. Where'd it go?
I'm gonna
Oh,
keep. I'm
boy,
gonna keep
that's not what I wanted
my
to do.
great grandfather.
What's that?
What did they just see?
No, I clicked home. I have no idea what they saw. I don't care about that.
Okay.
Ooh. J Champ, have you ever heard of screen capture? Print screen?
Yeah, you should learn how to take screenshots. 'Cause you're just taking shots of your screen.
And you want a screenshot, you don't want a shot of your screen.
Yeah, that's what you want.
What question are we on? Are we on the circle
J
one?
Champ says he took it a long time ago.
Oh, doubt it.
Yeah, haha. Levi's got you there. God, are we able to read this?
I can sort of read it.
Make everything big.
I'm trying. Okay, draw this circle.
Can you make everything big?
I'm gonna try to.
I don't even know the letters. If you make everything big, I'll be able to see it.
Okay. I'm gonna just try to read this. This one's not.
No,
a
I
good
mean like
enough-
make it full screen. That's what I mean.
No, you can't read it still. I promise.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy this one because the lettering's not great. Okay, Bert, draw that circle for me. Unless you want me to draw and you want to do the problem. Either way, mate.
Here's your circle.
Great. The circle shown has a radius of r centimeters.
Hold on. What are the letters?
So MNPQ. And it has a radius of r. Chord PQ is parallel to diameter MN. Oh, so that's a diameter. Very nice. And the length of chord PQ is 3/4 of the length of the diameter.
Okay.
What is the distance in centimeters between the chords
Oh, okay.
in terms of r?
Okay, so the radius is r. This is a diameter, which means that it's going to be 2 of these r's. The overall distance of the diameter is going to be 2r, and PQ is 3/4 of that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so PQ is 3/4 of MN. I need better markers. And MN is the diameter, which is 2r. So this is 3/4 of 2r. Which means we can simplify this to 6/4 r, which is 3/2 r, 1.5 r. You want me to read to you? We got it. Okay, so the question they're asking is the distance between the chords, which is this distance right here, okay? A lot of times with circle problems, what you have to do is draw in some lines that are going to be really helpful because they're radiuses and they're going to connect points that you didn't otherwise think about. Levi, you want to draw these?
Yes. Okay, yeah. So this is a throwing math at stuff thing. You're not going to start doing, imaginary numbers here. You're going to start doing radius stuff. That's what you do with circle questions. So I'm going to draw in this radius here.
Ooh.
And we're going to label that as a length of r. because
Any
it's another
radius you can draw is going to be a length of r,
Yeah.
no matter where you connect it to.
Should I just make this bigger?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
yes. Okay. Now,
So-
these chords are parallel. If you're going to draw a line from the center of the circle until you get to this chord, it's going to make a right angle, which is super helpful. We're going to need that because we can use Pythagorean Theorem. We'll get to that in a sec. All right. Wait.
Should I label this length?
Yes. So because this is going to 3/2 r, it's going to be 3/4 r.
Yeah.
He's going to break up 3/2 r, which is the length of the whole chord, into 2 halves. One of them's going to be 3/4 r, the other one's going to be 3/4 r. Okay?
Let us know if you have any questions thus far.
Yeah. Anything confuse you so far? So now all Levi has to do is Pythagorean Theorem to solve for our missing side length.
Let's call it a d for distance.
My lord, I'm stuck in the circle, my lord.
Get out of the circle. What are you
I
doing in
need
there?
circumference
You need
to
circumference.
save me from the circle.
Circumference doesn't show up that often.
It's true.
No.
What?
R squared is the hypotenuse.
Yes. Blast. Here, let's swing this around. So let's just put a.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Levi's the goat, huh?
Nobody's ever made that joke before.
R squared.
Yeah.
You're a goat.
Looks good to me.
Looks good to me. 16 minus 9 is 7. Yep.
Pretty cool. More questions.
What time is it?
We're basically out of time, but we can throw in one more question if you got one that's topical.
J Champ, that's your answer right there. Is that satisfactory?
Does that make you happy?
Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, the trick here is that line right there. You got to draw it yourself.
Always draw in radii with circle questions when they give you pictures.
Or you could draw in Brady eye. How do you get a girl to like you?
Do really well on the SAT or ACT.
Pursue private tutoring if you need to. It'll help you improve your score.
Yeah.
Trapsy. That is the age-old question. You should, you should ask her stuff. How many different accents we can do? We can do a lot of them.
I think you're okay. So there are accents and there are dialects. Dialects are. I don't even want to get into this actually. Doesn't matter.
You sound so pretentious, Mr. Accents and Dialects.
Irish dialect. The Irish dialect.
Irish?
Right. There's an Irish dialect where we bomb the Brits and then do ACT math. I don't know.
That's where I should that art speak.
I should make light of domestic terrorism.
True.
Yeah.
You should make dark of that.
Yes.
J Champ, we can do impressions of people. There's one that I like to do a lot. I'm not gonna do it though.
No. We can do so if our impressions of people were about parallel to the number of impressions you can do of people, but our length of impressions were about 3/4. Figure out the number we can do by how far apart our parallel impressions are. Does that make sense?
He's right. I can do a lot of different country. I guess they'd be accents.
Those would be accents, yes.
But they're not. I don't know if that would. I think some of them might be perceived.
We do outside tutoring. Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Most of the tutoring is inside. Partially, it's outside. We don't do anything outside that. Or like that's how we make our money. Not this. This is not how we make our money.
I think Koze's asking what things we tutor.
Oh.
SAT, ACT, we both cover math. We go all the way up to calculus. Oh, outside tutoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew what they were saying.
Tienes hobbies?
I'm just being unhelpful.
I see.
Well, we're on our way to Isengard.
Yeah, we're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Yeah.
Guard. We're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Levi and I both
We don't condone
violence. We don't. That's one thing we like to do outside of tutoring. We have not condone violence. We do not condone it. We don't condone violence. We don't do it. Hobbies and things. Well, let's see. Okay, we have lots of things. You watch Endgame. I'm actually working my way through the Avengers movies right now.
Tell us spoilers. We
no,
love
please
spoilers.
do not. Don't. Please
tell
don't.
us spoilers.
Please don't.
That would be really disrespectful. Don't listen to anybody.
Levi
who
likes
says
to
that
act. He's an actor.
Yes.
Brady likes to dance. I go to places and I dance.
He's
Swing
also
dance,
an actor.
Blues dance. I used to act before the accident.
Yes, before
Yeah.
the accident.
For the accident. I used to. Hulk eats tacos. That sounds about right. Hulk is hungry. Levi also
Eats tacos.
collects stamps and makes like little model train sets.
Yeah.
And then watching Endgame. For steaming, Levi's steaming all the time.
Yes.
I think he meant streaming.
Do you think that?
I think so.
I can't tell if you think that or
I
not.
gotta run the numbers, which I can do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he meant streaming.
We don't condone violence.
No, of course not.
That's terrible. Okay. Hey, we have more people watching now than we did for most of the stream. Why are you here? Where did you come? From whence have you come? And
what do you
will
want?
you be back? You have no friends.
Traps, you have friends.
Yeah.
Everybody has friends. Where are your friends?
Even the newborn.
Hey, they're together. Oh,
That's pretty cool.
you guys in like just someone's house, just studying and like putting on Nerdish, the live improv show. Kind of.
Aren't all of them live?
Well, if they're watching our old ones, they're no longer live.
That's not true.
They were live when we took them.
Yeah.
We were just finding random streams. We are a couple, but 3 people.
Ah, the truckle.
Wait.
Truple.
A thruple.
The thruple.
A thruple. Okay.
Fine.
So you guys just think we're a random stream? Is that all you see in us? You guys just think we're random streams?
You're a random viewer.
Yeah. We found you. You're at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, what we do is we actually stream at random people's houses.
Yeah. What does that mean? LGBTQI. Not studying, just like math. We are the 3. Now I'm attuned in every stream.
Tyler. Mishka.
Tyler Mishka.
Mishka.
Mishka. Where's
Mishka.
your babushka?
Speaking of, we should talk about Schlope. Schlope is Y over X, but Jewish.
Point schlope form. How do I get a girlfriend? Well, you gotta ask a girl to be your girlfriend, and she has to say yes,
Yeah,
and
she has
then
to
you've got
be-
the girlfriend.
Yeah, but a girlfriendette is actually much easier to get.
Yes.
Yes. Don't know what that is.
A girlfriend?
Yeah.
It's not a girlfriend.
Oh, it's Ned's girlfriend. It's a girlfriend.
I believe it says grill for Ned.
Oh, it's
You
a
gotta
girlfriend.
buy a grill for
Yeah,
Ned.
you just get diamond crusted.
Oh, you're thinking that
plates.
grill? I was thinking
Yeah.
just like a grill.
It's a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Ask Ned how to get a grill.
Yeah.
He's the one that should be working
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm a tune in. Koze, you like tuna? I was gonna go to Lowe's. Yeah, it's a good place.
You gotta go to Lowe's.
Yeah, you can also go to not Home Improvement. That's a TV show. Home Depot. Home Depot. Just the Home Depot. Home Depot just smells like dad to me. I just walk in and it's all dad all the way to the back.
That's so dumb.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You know it's true. We don't condone violence.
ow,
we don't.
ow,
we
ow.
don't condone violence.
I'm getting mixed messages here.
No, I don't smell dads like plural. I just smell essence de dad. You know, just you're a guy who just wants to build a treehouse for the kids, and it's been a long day at work. You come home, your little kid.
I appreciate about half of the last couple of comments.
Essence to dad. You gotta waft it. You can't inhale it directly into the nose. You gotta waft. It's very powerful. Sounds like someone skipped AP Spanish. I went straight to Spanish 4, which was a cheese day of a class A, if you know what I mean. It's a joke of a class. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, it was a very fun class.
Did at any point you learn how to use a good Spanish accent or no?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
When did you forget it?
Well, I could do it.
Oh.
It was well, I'm not going to speak English with the accent. You got to do it in Spanish.
No, that's not what I was asking.
Mi clase fue un chiste de un clase.
No.
Tue.
El
Well,
SAT. I don't know Spanish at all.
I didn't skip AP Spanish because that implies that I went past it. Instead I ducked underneath it, and I went to Spanish 4. Español 4. Escucha. Parte de escuchar.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Escucha lo que dice,
I'm
señor.
gonna go-
Aeropuerto.
Hold Brady's face underwater and let him calm down for a little while.
What does that mean?
You just gotta dunk your head in cold water.
You're gonna start calling me Duncan, huh?
Yeah. Bird Duncan. I don't know.
Goodbye.
All right. Yeah, you better be back, or we'll find you because we found you this time.
Yeah, hey, good viewing, Kuze. Come back. Wait, hold
What?
on.
No, we're stopped. Yep. You have to start. You have to start screaming, and then I'll cut it. Just scream.
Is anyone else home?
Hopefully,
How loud do I scream?
as loud as you can, but in that direction, away from my earballs.
I don't want to do that.
Yes,
Wait,
you have
wait,
to.
no, hold on. Ready? You're gonna know when to do it. Okay.
Oh, they said wait, don't leave. You didn't, or
No.
you did, but you said what they said.
No, I did not. Thanks for the
Oh.
stream. You got it, Ring Matthews. If you like it, put a ring on the Matthews. Stop streaming.